10 seconds and 77 hundredths. That was the number that returned Sha'Carri Richardson to the top of American track and field. After a season marked by injury, dips in form, and a painful elimination even before the national final, the sprinter returned to the track determined to silence any doubts about her name. She started behind in the sprint, saw her training partner Kayla White take the lead in the first few meters, and seemed for a moment to be repeating the stumbles of the previous year. Then, with 30 meters to go, something changed. This is the race in which Sha'Carri equaled a historic feat and reminded the world why she is still the fastest woman in America. The setting couldn't have been more symbolic. Richardson arrived at this championship as the 2023 and 2024 champion, but 2025 had been a nightmare. An injury early in the season, poor results, and the hardest result of all, missing the 100-meter final at the national competition that year. Many people had already talked about her in the past. On the other side of the track, the reigning queen, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, world and national champion in 2025, chose not to compete in that event, saving her legs only for the 200 meters. It remained to be seen if Sha'Carri could take advantage of her rival's absence and, above all, if her body and mind would respond under pressure. What happened in the final moments of the race is the reason you keep watching until the end. The race itself practically told the whole story about Sha'Carri Richardson's performance. She didn't have the best start from the blocks, and for a brief stretch it seemed that Kayla White, her own training partner, would dictate the pace of the final.
You betcha, Paul. It is the Nike Women's 100-meter final, racing for a national title. Now, the last 4 years, this title has been owned by the training partners and the two who clashed at the Prefontaine Classic. There's Sha'Carri Richardson and her training partner and now rival Melissa Jefferson Wooden. So Melissa won in 2022, Sha'Carri 23 and 24, and Melissa in 2025.
I am a lot more interested to see how fast Sha'Carri is going to run, because I'm not sure that anybody in this field is going to be able to seriously challenge her. Its personal best dates back to 2023. She's been knocking on the door with 10:77 this year, but her personal best 10:65 is the time that she ran to win the World Championships from the outside lane in Budapest.
That just happens to be the meet record as well. And who holds that? Her training partner and rival, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. So there's a whole lot of numerology going on here and a national title on the line. But what can the likes of Kayla White and an Avia Battle do? Tamari Davis? Of course, the spotlight's on Sha'Carri, and she looks devastatingly fast and confident at the moment. Time to meet the field. In lane 9, Alicia Mouzon.
Personal best 11:12. She competed collegiately at East Carolina University. Got as far as the heats at the Olympic trials 2 years ago.
Alongside her, the 22-year-old Kayla Jackson.
10:93 this year at NCAA Regionals. Coming off of her senior season at Georgia, which means she trained with Adeja Hodge, the world leader in this event at age 20 from the British Virgin Islands.
In lane 7, from Gainesville, Florida, Tamari Davis.
She's made U.S. teams before. She made the 2023 team that went to the World Championships, just off of the team, though, in 2024 in the 100 at the Olympic trials. Personal best 10:83.
On her inside, from Michigan, this is an Avia Battle.
Better at 200. She made the Olympic team that went to Tokyo, got as far as the Olympic semifinals. Personal best 10:98, but 10:99 in her semifinal. Maybe she gives Sha'Carri a scare if she gets another personal best here.
Spotlight shining brightly on Sha'Carri Richardson in lane 5.
Win dated 10:78 to win her semifinal. That was the fastest time in the semifinal. She also had the fastest time in the first round, looking like her old self. The world champion in 2023, the Olympic silver medalist, Sha'Carri Richardson will start in lane 5.
In 4 on her inside, Kayla White.
Training partner of Sha'Carri Richardson, 10:84 for second last year at the U.S. Championships. She's also run 10:89 for a personal best last year.
How about Utah's Jaslyn Gardner in lane 3?
Personal best 11:01 up in the altitude of Provo, Utah. She competed collegiately at BYU.
Just 2 to go. Naylor Harris is in lane 2.
Just coming off of her senior season at UT Rio Grande Valley. 11:04 in her semifinal for a personal best.
And then on the inside.
So I think the wind is going to determine how close Sha'Carri gets to a personal best here. If she gets one of those 2.0-ish wins, yeah, we could be looking at something really, really fast here. Remember, the world lead is 10:63 by the NCAA second placer, Adeja Hodge. She ran that in the semifinal.
New York, let's enjoy this. The Nike Women's 100-meter national title. Racing to be #1 in the country. It's been a very determined Sha'Carri Richardson. She's got to get past Kayla White. She's got that done already. Here goes Sha'Carri, 3rd national title, 10:77. Sha'Carri's a winner again.
So this is Sha'Carri's 3rd U.S. 100-meter title. The only woman to do that since 2000, Carmelita Jeter, the world champion in the 100 meters back in 2011. But Sha'Carri confirms the fact that she is back. She missed the podium last year at Worlds. This looks like the Sha'Carri that we've seen in 23 and 24. So that equals the fastest time run by an American this year. That just happens to be her training partner, the reigning world 100 and 200 champ, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. So we thought it would be fast. If she had gotten a better start, maybe like Kayla White did to her left, maybe she dips into the 10.6s, but man, when Sha'Carri is running like this, she is just a joy to watch. Because it really doesn't matter what she looks like in the first third. You remember, this is how Noah Lyles won the Olympic title. Dead last until he wasn't at the end by thousands. But Sha'Carri, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch her, especially when she hooks up with Julian Alfred of St. Lucia and her training partner, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. And they will all be at the Ultimate Championship in Budapest in early September. And we will have that for you. That should be an amazing competition.
And just think, LA 28 is less than 2 years away. Sha'Carri's only 26, getting stronger and faster, and in her prime, heading towards a home Olympics. Let's hear from her now as we say congrats to Kayla White and Tamari Davis. Sha'Carri's with Lewis.
And after all that sprinting, she just had to sit down, and I said, why not? I'll cop a spot with you. Sha'Carri, what does it mean to get this national title tonight here in New York City?
It just feels phenomenal to be back in a better place, just healthy mentally, physically, emotionally, and it shows that hard work pays off. Everything me and Coach has been working on is starting to show consistently.
Yeah, consistently. Now you talk about being back, but we see you back in a different way now with that start and with the confidence and with this energy you're showing right here. How did you get this back?
Just really just remembering who I am and just like knowing that consistency and just being determined to just be better, to be more like every single day. I think that's something that has challenged me to also demonstrate just more.
All righty. We're looking forward to what happens the next 2 years. LA 28's not far away, but for the moment, it's not that far away, but for the moment, congratulations.
Thank you so much, y'all. I enjoyed New York, and y'all come back for Athlos.
All right, Lee.
You still need help out?
You help me out.
But it's precisely in the last 30 meters that Sha'Carri transforms. Longer legs, a looser stride, and an acceleration that simply leaves no answer for her opponents. She crossed the line in 10.77, compared to White's 10.90 and the also very fast Tamari Davis's 11.00, who completed the podium. The shout she let out upon crossing the line, followed by a bow to the crowd, said more than any number. And the number, incidentally, is also enormous. This victory equals Sha'Carri with Carmelita Jeter as the woman with the most national 100-meter titles this century. It's not just speed, it's resilience translated into a stopwatch. After a whole year trying to answer the question of where she had gone. The mark is still far from her personal best, the historic 10.65 that made her world champion in Budapest. But it serves as a warning. The real test comes at the World Championships, also in Budapest, where Sha'Carri could face Julian Alfred and Melissa Jefferson Wooden again in a final that promises to stop the world of athletics. If this comeback gave you goosebumps as much as it did the stadium, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video now with anyone who also follows track and field and show them why Sha'Carri Richardson is back to stay. Leave a comment below. Do you think she'll be even stronger in the final against Melissa Jefferson Wooden and Julian Alfred? Like the video, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any details of the most competitive season in recent years in American sports. The next race promises to be even more explosive, and you'll be able to follow it all right here, firsthand.